What are the times of the Gentiles? Jesus said in Luke 21:24, "And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled." The times of the Gentiles began with Nebuchadnezzar conquering Jerusalem around 600 BC. The times of the Gentiles will be complete when Christ returns at his second coming to depose the Antichrist and has restored Jerusalem and Israel to God. Even though Israel is its own nation and has Jerusalem as her capital, Jerusalem is still under the influence of the Gentile nations. Currently, Israel has limited control and sovereignty over part of Jerusalem, but not the most holy place, the Temple Mount. Israel's citizens are not even allowed to pray on the Temple Mount. The Gentile influence keeps Israel in a state of turmoil most of the time. In addition, it causes hardships for Christians touring the Holy Land. Often the Palestinians will shut down Bible sites such as Jacob's Well. They do this because they hate God's chosen people, the Jews and Christians as well. The Temple Mount is controlled by the Palestinian Authority at this very moment. It is officially a protectorate of Jordan. You'll notice there that both the Dome of the Rock, which is on the right, and the Al-Aqsa Mosque, which is on the left, cover the majority of the temple platform. Today, Muslims control any access to the Temple Mount. Even the next temple, which is going to be built, the Antichrist will stand in that temple and demand that everyone on earth worship him. During the 7-year tribulation, Jerusalem will be ravaged and 2/3 of the Jews on earth will be killed. Jerusalem will be under influence of the Gentile nations until the very end of the Great Tribulation. Christ will come to the Mount of Olives. The Battle of Armageddon will occur, and the Messiah will take control of Jerusalem. Then and only then will the time of the Gentile control, influence, and rule over the temple and over Jerusalem end. You'll notice on your screen this chart of Bible prophecy at a glance. You'll see there, about 3/4 of the way down, green arrows pointing opposite each other. That gives us the time of the Gentiles. It started around 600 BC with Nebuchadnezzar, and it goes all the way to the second coming of Christ at the end of the 7-year tribulation. You'll notice the red cross there on the chart. That's when Christ died. And then on the day of Pentecost, the church began when God poured out His Spirit into every person who had opened their heart and received Christ as Lord and Savior. That's called the church age. And God is using this period not only to save a remnant of the Jews, but also to call out people from the Gentile nations as a people that belong to Him. Notice that blue arrow coming up from the words church age. That's the time of the rapture. That occurs at least 7 years prior to the second coming of Christ. At the midpoint of the tribulation, you'll see there, the first 3.5 years of that tribulation, the Antichrist will stand in the rebuilt temple and demand that everybody on earth worship him. The last 3.5 years, Jesus said, were the time not shortened, there wouldn't be anybody left alive on the planet. And then the yellow arrow that's going down. That's when Jesus returns with His saints to this earth, the Battle of Armageddon, and begins the great 1,000-year millennial reign here on this earth. To receive Jesus as Lord and Savior, call 1-800-JESUS-2000. That's 1-800-JESUS-2000. Until next time, remember to search the Scriptures. Jesus said, "They are they which testify of me."